All right, so we obviously are in the coming moments of a brand new banner coming out for Nikke, but also with the upcoming release of not only the Christmas limited banners, but also with the New Year's banners, which typically release absolutely busted characters. And today, we're going to be going over arguably the best character in the entire game at this given moment, that being Rapi Red Hood. And we're going to do obviously my normal thing. We're going to be going in the firing range and actually seeing what she is capable of doing in her own, firing range boosted element, but also in the non-boosted, and actually really gauge what she is truly capable of doing. All right, so over here with the queen herself, we have a completely maxed out SR item right here, so that is very good. Fully overloaded gear, and her skills are 10 10 10. But what exactly does she do at 10 10 10? Now obviously keep in mind, I'm sure a lot of people already know, but we're trying to get a very baseline idea what these New Year characters, like the barometer of which they're gonna have to be measured by, and that being this character, to really understand what she, brings to herself, but also what the New Year's characters are gonna have to eventually end up like surpassing. So, of course, burst or skill passive one, the battlefield assessment, is that at the start of the battle and at the end of the full burst, the effect is gonna differ according to the squad formation. Activates only if the corresponding effect. So if there is no burst one allies, she will enter into her, her burst one ability, right? And then passive one is going to kick in. It's going to change to burst stage one continuously. Affect self if there are one burst allies, so it's going to remove the combat assistant. Otherwise, combat assistant is going to be activated, right? Cooldown right there. Boom. 7.48. The combat assistance when entering your full burst. You're going to have a 8.02% attack damage bonus for 10 seconds. Then, if there is no combat assistance, when entering your full burst, your own attack is going to be increased by 95.04% for 10 seconds. And your damage to interruption parts is going to be increased by 48% for 10 seconds. You can really see here that the burst one right here is okay. It's going to affect all allies. So it's really more of a supporting damage character at that point in burst one. But of course, we have some amazing burst one characters such as Litter and Siren. So essentially, you don't want to really be using burst one unless you are absolutely, in a must situation, and that's all you can do. Skill 2 is stating that activates at the start of the battle, applies superior elemental code attack damage to electric code enemies. What does this mean? That means is that she's going to be doing a further increased damage bonus to electric code enemies. Amazing. It is freaking incredible. And the projectile attachment damage is going to be increased by 150% continuously. And the projectile explosion damage is going to be increased by 100%. It's going to activate every 120 normal attacks. You are going to attach a projectile. You're going to launch the attachable projectile that attached to the hit locations where it's actually doing the damage. So you want to make sure in terms of a boss battle, you want to make sure you're actually inputting and focusing on the specific part that you're trying to burst down to deal more and more damage to the enemy. But that's essentially the gist. You are going to have obviously the attachment damage and then the explosion damage when entering full burst. The full burst itself, as previously stated, burst 1 you can see right here. You are going to be, the explosion radius is going to be further increased, and you are also going to be doing a attack bonus for all your allies. But when you are in stage 3, the high mobility close range combat weapon, that's the important part. Affects the enemy nearest to the crosshair, deals 2,808% of final attack as additional damage. And you're going to be affecting yourself is that you're going to be further increasing the explosion radius of those projectiles while also increasing the actual attached damage. And you can see here that skill 2, the attachable projectiles trigger count condition, is going to be reduced by 60 times. So instead of 120, it's just going to be 60 times. Absolutely busted character, given the fact that she is capable of being a supporting character. If you do not have a good burst 1 character and you have her, she could be a decent burst 1 character supporter. Or burst 3, absolute amazing attack dealing monster. Jumping in here into the shooting range that she has the beneficial abilities in, right? We have our burst 1 character with litter, and then burst 2 we have crown, where we're going to be getting a massive attack damage bonus from crown in of herself. Again, keep in mind, we are going to be having the burst skills going here, and typically what I like to do is that we're going to let the full burst go into effect, but I want to see what the damage, so right here, what the damage is starting at the start of the burst, because we are able to see how the other bursts are actually affecting Rapi right now, and then at the end when the burst is all done, we can see exactly where she's going to be. So we are at 38.7 million, which we can already see damage just skyrocketing right now. Already hitting 100 million, and it's still going. Boom. 114 million. Absolutely stupid. It's an 80 million damage bonus that Rapi herself is actually able to apply because of the fact that she is burst 3 and she is doing all this damage, and the explosions taking effect as well. So it's just dumb what she's capable of doing. So now we are in the electric code shooting range. We can see here Rapi herself is not boosted, but let's see where the damage output is actually at when she has not have the damage, essential buff. She does have the increased damage to electric code enemies, so this is going to be a decent litmus test to see where she is actually fully capable of. We are at 7 million, so we can see right there she is already at a hindrance compared to the previous time where it was 30 million, but we can see here damage is shooting up to the moon. 121 million, so we have a 10 million damage increase. Essentially, it's showing that Rapi is by far amazing. Now, will the New Year's characters be as good or better? We don't know. We hope that they're just as good, but this is a very, very good barometer to really gauge where those New Year's characters are going to have to go, and just to showcase that this character is still absolutely busted and amazing.